Hello student. Today the topic of our discussion is application of matrices to the solution of linear equation. It means when we have a system of equations with 2, 3 or more variables, then that system of equation we can solve very easily by using the matrices. For example, consider these two linear equation with two unknowns, that is x and y. Now we are going to solve this. We can solve this two equation using the matrix multiplication method. Now first, the given equation a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2 can be written in a matrix form where the matrix called coefficient matrix will form with the coefficients of the variables x and y, and this in the first equation the coefficients of x and y are a1 b1, so the first row will form with the coefficient a1 b1 and the second row will form with the coefficient of x and y in the second equation, and these coefficients are a2 b2. So this is your coefficient matrix A formed with the coefficients of x and y. And this x is the coefficient, x is the column matrix formed with the unknown x and y. So x and y is the column matrix of order 2 by 1. Here there are two variables, so this is a column matrix of order 2 by 1. And C1, C2 are the constant in the right hand side of the equation, and this C1, C2 will form the column matrix C1, C2 of order 2 by 1. So this given system of linear equation can be written in the matrix form as AX is equal to B, where A represent your coefficient matrix formed with the coefficient of the given unknowns. Capital X is the column matrix with the unknowns, that is here x and y, and B is the constant formed with the constant given in the right hand side of the given equation. Now if you have more than two unknowns, for example if we have three unknowns x, y, z, then this equation can also be written in the form of Ax is equal to B, where A is again the coefficient matrix of x, y, z. So the first row of the coefficient matrix will form with the coefficient of x, y, z given in the first equation. The second row will form with the coefficient of x, y, z given in the second equation. And the third row of A will form with the coefficient of x, y, z given in the third equation. So this is your coefficient matrix A, and capital X is formed with the variable, that is unknowns x, y, z, and B will form with, with the constant given in the right hand side of the given linear equation, and these are d1, d2, d3. So this is your matrix form of the given system of linear equation X is equal to B. Now if we have, if A inverse exists, that means if the given matrix A is non-singular, that means A is invertible, then we can multiply this equation X is equal to B with A inverse on both sides. So it will take the form like this: A inverse AX is equal to A inverse B. Now we already know that A inverse A always gives the identity matrix of the same order. So it will be identity matrix into X is equal to A inverse B. Now if we multiply any matrix with the identity matrix, we will get the matrix itself. That means Ix can be written as X is equal to A inverse B, because A inverse A is always equal to I, and I into X is always X. That means this is your formula to find the unknowns, that is here X, Y, Z. So X, Y, to get the value of X, Y, Z, what we have to find? We have to find A inverse, and then in the second step you have to multiply A inverse with B, and B is the column matrix given, it will be given in the equation, and that B is here in this case D1, D2, D3. So if we multiply A inverse with D, we will get the value of X, Y, and Z. Now let us consider one example. Suppose we have two linear equation, and these equations are as follows: 5x minus 3y equal to 8, 2x plus y is equal to 1. Now we are going to find out the solution of these two equations. That means we have to find the value of x and y. So first, write this given equation in the form of x is equal to b, where a is the coefficient, that is here 5 minus 3. You have to consider the sign also. If it is written minus 3, that means you have to take the coefficient as minus of 3. So the first row form the coefficient of xy in the first equation, that is 5 minus 3, and second row formed with the coefficient of x and y in the second equation, that is 2 and positive 1. So 2 and positive 1. So this is your matrix A. Capital X is the unknown, that is here x and y, so x and y. And this is equal to B, and B is the constant given in the right hand side, and that is your 8 and 1, so 8, 1. So this given equation can be represented in the matrix form like this: x is equal to b. Now what is the formula of x? X is equal to A inverse b. So to find the value of x and y, first we will find A inverse, then in the second step we will multiply A inverse with b. So to find A inverse, first we have to check whether determinant of A is non-zero or not. So find determinant of A. Determinant of A is 5. 5 into 1, that is 5, minus of negative 6. So this is positive 6. So it is 11. This is non-zero. That means A is non-singular. Since A is non-singular, that means A inverse will exist. So to find the value of A inverse, first we have to find the cofactor of each element of A, and then find the adjoint of A. So in the given matrix, the cofactor of 5 is positive 1. The cofactor of minus 3 is negative of minus 2. And the cofactor of 2 is negative of negative minus 3, that is positive 3. And the cofactor of 1 is positive 5. So these are the cofactors of each element of the given matrix A. So the cofactor matrix will be capital A11, so that is 1, A12, that is minus 2, A21, that is 3, and A22, that is your 5. So this is your cofactor matrix. Now to find the adjoint of the matrix A, you have to transpose the cofactor matrix. So that means adjoint of A is equal to transpose of the cofactor matrix, and this is just you have to transform the rows into columns to find the transpose of the matrix. So here the row is 1 minus 2, so write it in the form of column 1 minus 2. 3, 5. The cofactor matrix, this row is 3, 5. So write it in the column 3, 5. So this is your adjoint of A. Now to find A inverse, we have to divide the adjoint matrix with the determinant value of A. So divide each term with 11. The determinant value is 11. So after dividing, we are having this matrix A inverse. Now the second step is to find the unknowns, that is x, y. We have to multiply A inverse with B. So multiply this matrix A inverse with the matrix B, that is 8 and 1. So by matrix multiplication rule, it will be 1 by 11 into 8 plus 3 by 11 into 1. It will form the first row, and the second row will form with the second, multiplying second row with the first column. So minus 2 by 11 into 8 plus 5 by 11 into 1, and that will form the second element of the column matrix. And after adding this, we are getting 1 and minus 1. So the value of x is equal to 1 and minus 1. And what is x, capital X? That is your unknowns x and y. So if we know by equality of two matrices that these two matrices will be equal if their corresponding terms are equal. That means here x will be equal to 1 and y will be equal to minus 1. So x equal to 1, y equal to minus 1 is the solution of the given equation. This. So this is the way we can find the solution of any number of equation. Here we are considering, in the next example, we are taking three unknowns, that is x, y, z. There are three unknowns and there are three linear equation, system of simultaneous linear equation. Now we can also write this equation in the matrix form as Ax is equal to B, where A is the coefficient of x, y, z in the following three equation. That means A is 1, 1, 1. So first row is 1, 1, 1. The second equation 1 minus 1, 1. So second row is 1 minus 1, 1. And the third equation, the coefficients are 2, 1, negative minus 1, negative 1. So it will be 2, 1, negative 1. So this is your coefficient matrix. Now x is your unknowns, that is here x, y, z, three unknowns. So this is a 3 by 1 matrix, column matrix. And B is formed with a constant in the right hand side. Here it is 6, 2, 1. So this is 6, 2, 1. Now to find the solution x, we have to find first A inverse and then multiply with B. So to find A inverse, first find the determinant value of A. The determinant of A is 6, which is non-zero. That means A is invertible. Now find A inverse. To find A inverse, first we find the cofactor of each element of the given matrix A. So cofactor of 1 will be minus 1 into minus 1, that is positive 1, minus of 1 into 1, that is 1. So A11 will be 1 minus 1, that is 0. And the sign will be positive due to its position. It is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, that is even. So it will be positive 1. You remember, no? To find the cofactor matrix, first we ignore that particular row and particular column and find the determinant of the remaining submatrix. Here minus 1, minus 1, 1, 1. To find the cofactor of this one, the position of A12, we have to ignore this particular row and particular column and find the determinant of the remaining submatrix here 1, 1 and 2 minus 1. So it will be, but here to find the cofactor, we should have to include the sign, proper sign also. Since its location is 1, 2, so it is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 I plus j. So 1 plus 2, that is 3, which is odd. So it will be negative of negative of minus 3. So it will be positive 3. To find the cofactor of this 1, it is in the position of a1, 3. So it will be minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3. That is again even. So it will, there will be positive sign. Now ignore this particular row and particular column. You are having this submatrix 1 minus 1 2 1. So 1 into 1, determinant value is 1 into 1, that is 1, negative of negative minus 2. So this will be positive 2. So it will be 3. Similarly, to find the cofactor of A21, this A21. A21 will be, again, due to its position, I plus j will be odd, so it will be negative sign. And then ignore this particular row and particular column. You are having this submatrix 1, 1 and 1 minus 1. So take the determinant value, that is minus 1 of minus 1, that is negative 2. Negative of negative 2 is positive 2. In the same way, you can find A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. These are all the coefficients of 9 elements in the given matrix A. So this will form the cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix is 0, 3, 3, that is A11, 1, 2, 1, 3. Then in the second row, A21, A22, A23, these are 2 minus 3 and 1. So 2 minus 3, 1. Third row, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So this is 2, 0, minus 2. So this is cofactor matrix. Now just transform the rows into columns and you will get the adjoint of the matrix A. So adjoint of the matrix A, write the rows into column. The first row 0, 3, 3, it will be the first column 0, 3, 3. The second row 2 minus 3, 1 will be the second column 2 minus 3, 1. And the third row 2, 0, minus 2 will form the third column 2, 0, minus 2. Now this is your adjoint matrix. Now find A inverse. That means you have to divide with the determinant value of A each element of the adjoint matrix. So this, since its determinant value is 6, so divide each element by 6 and you will get this matrix A inverse. So your A inverse is this. Now we have the formula X is equal to A inverse B. That means now do the second step. That means multiply this A inverse with the matrix column matrix B, and that is your 6, 2, 1. Since there is only one column matrix and this is 3 by 3 ordered matrix, so this is 3 by 3 ordered square matrix, and this is 3 by 1 order column matrix, and you will get 3 by 1 order column matrix as a resultant matrix. Now use that matrix multiplication rule. The first row with first column, there is only one column, so it will form one element. 0 into 6 plus 1 by 3 into 2 plus 1 by 3 into 1. It will form first row. The second row with this column, so 1 by 2 into 6 minus 1 by 2 into 2 plus 0 into 1. So second row will form. Third row with this column, each element of this column, so 1 by 2 into 6 plus 1 by 6 into 2 minus 1 by 3 into 1. So it will form the third row. The elements are 3 by 3, 4 by 2, 3. That means 1, 2 and 3. Now if we compare left hand side and right hand side, your X, capital X is your unknowns X, Y, Z, and by equality of two matrices we can write X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. So 1, 2, 3 is the solution of the given system of linear equation. This. Is it clear now? Hope you have understood the method very clearly. Now you want to discuss some problems given in your exercise 3 in page number 100. This problem is quite different, so I am doing this for you. Suppose A is a square matrix and it satisfies this relation a square plus 2a plus I is equal to 0. Then we have to show that A is non-singular. We know by definition of non-singular that A is non-singular if its determinant value is non-zero. That means to show A non-singular, first we have to show determinant of A is non-zero. Let us assume determinant of A is K. Now K may comes out as 0, it may comes out as non-zero. Now let us see what will be the value of K. This is your given relation. A square plus 2a plus I is equal to 0. Now if we take determinant on both sides, it will be like this. Now by the property of determinant, we can write determinant of the whole relation as determinant of a square plus 2, the scalar will come outside, and determinant of A plus determinant of identity matrix is equal to determinant of zero matrix. Here 0 means zero matrix, I means identity matrix of order same as the order of A is. Now if we write in place of determinant of A is equal to K, then it will take the form like this: K square plus 2K plus 1 is equal to 0, because the determinant value of identity matrix of any order will be always 1, and determinant value of a zero matrix of any order will always give the value 0. So it will take this form: K square plus 2K plus 1 is equal to 0, and from this we can easily write that what will be the value of K. It is K plus 1 whole square is equal to 0. That means K plus 1 is equal to 0. That means K is equal to minus 1. So since K is equal to minus 1, that means the determinant value is minus negative 1, which is not equal to 0. That means A is non-zero. It means A is non-singular. Okay. In the second, in the next question, it is given in page number 100, question number 10. A matrix A is given as 3, 2, 1, 1, 2 by 2 order square matrix. Now you have to find the numbers A and B such that this relation holds. That is A square plus A into capital A plus B into I is equal to 0. Here A is your matrix and A and B are some scalars. You have to find the value of A and B. And in the next step, you have to find A inverse also. Okay, first this relation is given, so first find A square. A square is A into A, so 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. Multiply these two matrices in the form of rows and column, so we will have this matrix after multiplying. That means 3 into 3 plus 2 into 1, that is 3 plus 2, first row, first element. First row with second column, multiply 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1, that is 6 plus 2, it will form the second element of the first row. Don't forget the first row. Now come to the second row. Second row with each column. Second row with first column will form 1 into 3 plus 1 into 1, that is 3 plus 1, and second row with the second column, 1 into 2 plus 1 into 1, it will form the second element of the second row. So 11, 8, 4, 3. This is the value of A square. Find A into the matrix A. So by scalar multiplication rule, you have to multiply A with each element of the given matrix. So it will be 3A, 2A, A. Similarly, by multiplication rule, B scalar multiplication, B into I, that is B into identity matrix. Since this matrix is given as order 2, so you take identity matrix of order 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. So multiply each element of the identity matrix with B, so it will be B, 0, 0, B. Now substitute the value in, and add the matrices with the addition rule, and that means you have to add the corresponding element of A square A and B I, that is 11 plus 3A plus B. This will form the first element. The second row, each element of the A corresponding element, that is 8 plus 2A plus 0. Okay, this is your second element. Now 4 plus A plus 0. Second row, first element. Second row, second element. 3 plus A plus B. It is the second element in the second row. So this is the matrix, and it is given that this value is equal to 0. That means 0 matrix. So write this is equal to a 0 matrix of order 2 by 2. Now compare the corresponding terms. So you will have this equations: 11 plus 3a plus b equal to 0, 8 plus 2a equal to 0, 4 plus a equal to 0, and 3 plus a plus b equal to 0. From this relation, we can find the value of a. A comes out as -4, and substitute this value of a in this equation, you will get the value of b also. So a equal to -4 and b equal to 1, b equal to 1. First step is done. Now in the second step, we have to find A inverse. To find A inverse, first find the determinant value of A and cofactor of each element of A. You will get the cofactor matrix. Okay, so cofactor of 3 is positive 1, cofactor of 2 is negative of 1, cofactor of 1 is negative of 2, and cofactor of 1 is positive of 3. So this is your cofactor matrix, and then find adjoint of A by transposing this matrix, by transforming rows into column. We'll get this adjoint of A. Now divide each element of adjoint of A with the determinant value of A, and we will have A inverse. So A inverse is equal to 1 minus 2 minus 1, 3. Is it clear now? Okay, thank you.